See. Okay, we are live.
Yay!
Let me find this and share us out. Just to make sure that okay. Come on. Oh, there we go. Okay. I know Jamie's on right now. I was hoping
Is that the gray duck?
yes, great duck.
Yeah, I saw her one earlier.
Hopefully she'll be getting off soon. And I do not know how to get these closed caption, the words off. Oh, there's Carrie. Hi, Carrie. Welcome in.
Hello, Carrie.
Is Jamie still on? I didn't know she was still on, but we would have to go live. I was hoping some other people would join us, but okay, I'm going to put you in your solo layout so it's just you.
Okay. Oh, I missed you already. Well, hello. Welcome in. I'm so tickled to be here with Donna and the ladies and doing a fun project with one of her fabulous VFlex prints. VFlex by Donna. So I chose this little guy. Excuse the glare. There he is. Because I, like many other creators, I like cute and whimsy and pretty for Halloween. I do not like scary and gory. So this was right up my alley, cute little ghosty in the bathtub, which is something I've been looking for. I needed it to go horizontal like this or landscape. And the fact that it's the ghost in the tub with a black cat, which I am a cat lover, was perfect. So as I was telling Donna a few minutes ago, sometimes creators will find, we flip through some of our favorite providers such as Donna, and we buy paper just because it's cool or pretty or we just have to have it. We may not have a project in mind. Other times we have a surface or an idea and then we go looking for the right paper for it. This time, as happens often, I will see a paper and know exactly what I want to do with it. So here's our little ghost in the bathtub. And we are going to put this on a lampshade.
Oh, wow.
Or a fun little lamp to go in your powder room. How about that?
Oh, that's cute. That's a cute idea. I
So
love
the
that.
paper. Thank you. So thanks to Angel at the Midwest Angel Boutique, one of your new affiliates. She did a lampshade a little over a year ago. And I thought that was inspired and so fun, and I loved it. And then I set out to do a lampshade, which I did, and found this fun little round base to a lamp that had grooves in it. So I painted it all to make it look like a pumpkin. So I've been wanting to do another lamp ever since. So
wow.
So here's the paper. Let's look at the detail of the bathtub. See those really cool legs on the bathtub?
Oh, yeah.
They're gold and kind of fancy, and then all the plumbing fixtures back here are all gold and kind of fancy. So I went looking for the right base to a lamp if I could find one. And I do have some lamps in my stash, but nothing that really jumped out at me. And then I was with my friend in a small town, and they have a Dollar General, and they have the best stuff there. They had a sale on their lamps. So ladies, Dollar General, they have great sales on Saturday, Sundays. Like this time it was, sometimes the lamps are buy one, get one 50% off. This one was $25. And on the time I got this one, I also got an identical one with a white base, which we could do lots of different painting and fun colors to make it real whimsy. But this particular sale was buy one, get one free. And I knew it was meant to be. So when I saw this lamp, I didn't have my paper with me, but when I saw this lamp, I knew exactly it was meant to be.
Wow.
because I really wanted, I thought, gosh, am I going to have to paint a base, my white base, to go with this? And I thought, I don't want it to get too busy because there's so much going on this paper. We've got the ghost with a hat. We've got the little rubber duckies. We've got the beautiful black cat with whiskers and gold eyes. Look at all the fun stuff. This is a very fancy bathtub. The claw feet. I don't even know what this little thing is on the end, but I love all that plumbing. So I thought, gosh, if I ever was able to build my own house, I'm going to have to show the contractor this picture and say, this is the tub and the fixtures, all the plumbing that I want. So this has got so many beautiful details. I didn't want to go and have to paint a base because I was afraid it would get too busy. So finding this gold base, it has some interest to it. And we're going to highlight some of those edges with some black wax, I think, just to make the details pop. I thought that was going to go perfect with our little ghosty because of all the gold in the tub, feet, and the plumbing.
Yes.
So luckily,
so Carrie sprinkled. Thank you, Carrie.
Thank you.
Teresa Cherry's here. Hello, Teresa, and she sprinkled.
Thank you, ladies, so much.
Carrie said, very cool.
So
wow.
We've got some fun stenciling we're going to do. I've got all kinds of, we're going to trim out the top and the bottom of our lampshade. And I have some baubles. I've got some different color gemstones. I've got kind of copper. I've got kind of an old gold, and I've got black. So you can kind of see all the elements as they'll come together. Okay, so on to the fun part. Okay, so I am going to actually use fabric Mod Podge to apply my rice paper to the fabric lampshade. Normally, I'm not a big fan of Mod Podge, except for when you're putting things on fabric. Because you need a thicker substance, a thicker gummy or decoupage medium to hold and soak into those fibers, and then to also hold on to your rice paper. So if this was a napkin, that tissue thin paper, I probably would go with my varnish or something else, but a thicker paper and on fabric, I do trust my fabric Mod Podge. So I went ahead and found the center, the front. Should have had my rolled up towel here to keep this little guy in place, but I think that'll work. Perfect. I'm going to pull some of this out because, we shouldn't really put our paintbrush in the container. Not that any of us would ever do that. I'm going to let it sit upside down and hope it doesn't avalanche. Okay. So centered. Yeah. So I like to do a racing stripe down the center of my piece that I'm going to apply the paper to. Do this. So my little racing stripe will help hold on to that paper right down the center. And then I can lift up either side and continue my application. All right, Ghosty, here we go. So I'm going to center it pretty much. It's not as tall as my lampshade, and that is okay because I've got some fun trim to put on this.
Yeah.
And I do have some fun bubbles to put on this. Ooh. Let me grab my parchment. So I don't have to risk getting whatever's on my hand on my pretty paper. Then I lift one side up, peel it back just a little bit, just to make sure we've got every place with Mod Podge on it. And I like to go both directions with my paintbrush just to make sure that I get all of the fibers coated with this Mod Podge. So there's no chance of a bubble.
This is such a cool idea. I have a lamp sitting over here. I think I'm going to do something like that to it.
Well, I enjoy watching your affiliates and all the beautiful things they make. And I'm like, oh, please nobody do the lampshade. I want to do a lampshade. Although even if we both did lampshades, or all of us did a lampshade with the same paper, it would all turn out different.
Yeah.
But we have a fun event here in St. Louis called Boo at the Zoo. And we have an amazing zoo here in St. Louis. We're opening our own zoo. And my employer, who I'm not allowed to say on social media, bought all the tickets for one of the night. Well, actually, for a number of the nights, they bought not all the tickets this time, but they bought blocks of tickets to give to their employees. And so, if you were interested, you had to put your name in the drawing. And so, I was lucky enough to win a couple tickets. So, I will be doing one of Donna's beautiful wishes, one of the new prints that's just been out, on something to wear to Boo at the Zoo.
Oh, fun. You'll have to let us know when you do that. You're going to do it online or on a live?
Yeah, well, yeah, I could. I didn't know. I mean, if I have time in your schedule for me to do that, I could. If not, I'll do it on my page and just let you know.
Yeah. Yeah, either way, it's fine. So I was thinking that we should come up with a theme and like do all my affiliates. Well, not all of them, because some of them don't want to participate in anything, but do like a theme day and on a Saturday where everybody can go on.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, but I can't think of a theme, or I've just been thinking about it this week. So you and Carrie are here. You guys can let me know. I don't know if anybody else is here.
I did that last year for another company I'm an affiliate for. And she had a huge weekend. And it was really fun to see all the different papers everybody chose and then what they chose to do with it.
Did she have a theme, or was it just do whatever you want?
It was just winter, Christmas and winter. Whatever Christmas and winter paper you want to do.
Carrie says
so there was a few repeats, but overall it was interesting. I know the paper I chose, nobody else chose. Some of them were repeat papers, but you know, the projects were all different. Some people have more of a primitive or more of a country feel to their style. Other people are kind of, you know, pretty and glitzy. It was just interesting to see how with the same paper, different people create with it.
Yeah.
So you do have so many beautiful Christmas prints. You certainly could do or even a Santa print, whatever, if you know what you've got coming in too for Christmas. You could just do a Santa Claus is coming to town, or just leave it open for Christmas.
Yeah. Hi,
So that would
Jamie.
be fun.
Welcome in, Jamie. I guess you finished up, huh? Hey, Jamie, we're talking about doing like an affiliate day where, like, on a Saturday, all the affiliates go live and we do a theme day. Like, Bronia was just suggesting maybe Christmas or winter, which, yeah, that would be good. But I want to hear what everybody else thinks. Carrie says dark and moody. Carrie's a dark and moody fan.
Yeah.
Jamie's my foil girl.
Oh, I need to be a foil girl. I need to try that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Jamie's in. So we need to like brainstorm like what kind of theme. I don't know, maybe ChatGPT could give us some clues or something, like something that nobody else has done, like, you know, you're good with whatever, yeah.
Or we could do a surprise where you assign us, a paper.
Yeah.
Or I know in the one of the events I was in, we all got to pick our paper and our surface, of course, but then in the middle, as you're going, they threw out a challenge where you had to add an element. Maybe it's a 3D element, or maybe you stenciled something on it, and that was kind of fun. A little stressful, but luckily I had some things kind of, and they gave us an idea. It would be one of three things. I can't remember what the three things were, so you could kind of be prepared and have those three things at the ready. Because as we were chatting like this, they'd say, okay, add a, reindeer, or add a whatever. So here's our ghosty and our lampshade.
Oh, it's so
With
cute.
our Mod Podge.
It's called Boo and Bubbles.
That's even a cute name. I know, I should have looked it up. I didn't see it on the bottom of the paper before I
They stopped doing that.
pulled it off. Where's
Okay, says fabulous fall. I like that. So I like dark and moody fall. I like the orange and the tans with black. I love that look.
Yeah. So I thought it was plugged in. It helps.
So maybe
Here's my tip of the day. Your blow dryer works better if it's plugged in. That's my tip of the day. So my thought of doing a lamp for your powder room is so many people entertain, or at least have, even if it's just you and you just want to feel fun and festive for the upcoming seasons and holidays. I think this setup in if you have a powder room off the hallway and leave it on if you have people over, that way they know where the bathroom is, because this would be lit. I think this little guy in your bathroom would be too cute. So then, using Mod Podge, your fabric Mod Podge, if it did get a little damp or moisture from the shower or whatever, it's not going to hurt it, because the fabric Mod Podge is that waterproof washable. Not that we're going to throw this in the washing machine, but it does protect it from moisture, which is nice. So I'm not going to seal the whole, even the paper yet, because we are going to move on. I just wanted this dry because, as you know, if your paper's wet, it has a tendency to tear or it could snag on something. So I just want to make sure that this was dry and I feel like it's safe, so I can lay it down and move on to the stencil part. I couldn't stencil because I really wasn't sure how much room my little Boo Bubbles were going to take.
Okay, you guys let me know. How about a dark and moody harvest magic?
Dark and moody harvest magic. Okay, I'm on board for that. I already know what I'm going to do.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
Well, I don't know. It's Halloween inspired, so I don't know. Are we going to get to it before Halloween?
Well, I mean, we would have to work fast because, well, we're at the beginning of the month. Okay, Carrie loves it. Let me see.
I'm on. Okay, so we are going to stencil on the other side of the blank part of the lampshade, because you know we have to do something. Can't just leave that alone.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to add stencil. And what's interesting,
October 18th.
since this is not a barrel shape, meaning it goes straight up and down, or a drum shape, this comes out at a slight angle. Your paper doesn't fit on there straight.
Oh
Unless
yeah.
I cut the paper, and I didn't want to do that. So I'm not going to be able to run my stencil right up against it, because my paper's at an angle and my stencil would not be. Unless we run all of this at an angle, I'm afraid that would go downhill. So I'm just going to very lightly every now and again do gold on my stencil, my Harlequin stencil, all over the back of the lampshade that's blank for now. It won't stay blank for long, but we're going to do some stenciling. Whenever I work on fabric, I like to use fabric Mod Podge in with my acrylic paint. I did that on my ghostie, and we're going to do that on this lampshade. We're going to mix some of our gold paint, which is a pretty good match to our lamp. I don't know if the light's correct, but it's a nice, really close match to that lampshade. Like, I couldn't have picked a better color to go if I had tried. All right, so I'm just going to pull out some Mod Podge. Doesn't have to be a lot. Give that a good mix. In the water you go, because I'm going to use a sponge to stencil. I like the control that I get by using a sponge, and I just feel I have better control and better results with a sponge versus a traditional stenciling brush. All right.
I'm not very good at stenciling.
That's what so many people say, so I'm glad I'm doing it, because maybe this technique will help.
Yeah.
So I'm going to see where I am, because I want the front of this to be pretty. If I end up not quite matching the back of my lampshade, I'm not too concerned, but I do want the front of it to be pretty.
Okay. Okay, let me throw out something else to my affiliates that are on. So what if we do once a month, we do something like one Saturday a month, we do a theme day like
that would be fun.
Yeah.
No, Saturdays, I generally am not available on Saturdays unless it was later in the evening. Like you had a time slot later in the evening. My crafting friend Violet's in a wheelchair full time, and I go and help her on Saturdays. Unless she was okay with it, which she probably would be, for me to do it while I was at her house.
Yeah. Hi, Brenda. Welcome in.
Okay. So I'm just going to pick up some of my paint that already has a Mod Podge mixed with it. Just like if you were using a brush, I'm going to offload some of that extra paint off of my very fancy palette called a paper plate. And very lightly, ever so lightly, I am going to do some Harlequin.
I love Harlequin. It's just a cool pattern.
Yeah, that's my fave.
So I think I'll post in the affiliate group and see who all is really interested in it.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I want. Just a hint of a design for now, just so
Oh,
it breaks up
that's
some of
great.
that beige. Is it,
Yeah.
I think my lighting's showing up kind of odd. So then I'm going to work my way from the bottom up. I'm not going to try and join it or match it. I'm just going to work from the bottom up a little bit. Just so it's kind of a suggestion of a Harlequin, not a real defined. I could not
So,
have asked for a better paint match, that's for sure.
yeah. I did my stained glass class this morning, and it was very frustrating. I was telling Bronia that, you go to cut the glass and then it cracks somewhere else. And then your whole piece is gone. It's shot because
Ah,
cracks in the
that would make you
middle.
cry.
It was so frustrating. I wasn't the only one. We were all having issues. The instructor tried to help us and she was having issues. So I don't know what the problem was, but I changed my design. I was doing like a candle.
Ooh,
So
that
it's
would
like
be
a
cool.
holiday candle. And I was having so many problems. So now I'm going to do a Christmas tree. Hopefully that goes better.
How big of a project? How big are these pieces of glass you're working with?
Well, they're small. They're probably like I had two pieces that were about 5 inches long. But the tree is probably about 4 inches high and about 3 inches wide.
Okay. Well, sometimes those smaller pieces can get pretty tedious because you're working with such small pieces.
Yeah.
So here's our ghosty, and there's our blank lampshade versus if we add just a little bit of interest, because that
Yeah.
color really matches the lamp base. And then we have something else, more fun things that's going to happen with this. Let me give it a quick blow dry.
Okay.
So I ordered some fun stuff to go on here, and when I got it, it was not as it was showing on Amazon. So I was able to send that back, and then I got something else just in time, and I don't like it, but we're going to work with it. That's what we have.
Yeah.
Again, not as it was shown, but I think at least these are salvageable. The other ones were like, no, not going to work with my ghosty. Okay. Down, up. Okay, let's do some from the top down on here.
What's everybody having for dinner? I made tuna salad.
Ooh, I love tuna salad. No eggs, of course.
No
Do
eggs?
you put eggs in yours?
No, I don't. I put celery. I can't have tuna salad without celery.
Yeah, I do celery, and do you do the pickle relish?
I do pickles and onion
Ooh,
and um yeah, mine's a little more savory, I guess, than like apples and pecans. And then we add jalapenos. So
oh gosh.
my husband's huge on jalapenos. The only thing I really like is a little bit of the juice in there. Every now and then I'll have jalapenos, but not too many.
Okay, almost done with the stenciling, at least of the Harlequin. We are still having summer weather in St. Louis. It was in the upper 80s again today. It's been in the upper 80s for over a week. At least the humidity is not bad like it had been, but oh my gosh.
Yeah,
They like some fall
he was on
weather.
earlier and said they're having like 80-degree weather. And I looked
Who?
at I was in the car and I looked at my little thermometer thing in the car and it said 83. And I'm like, oh my gosh, we're like the same as you guys back there. But it did get hotter today, though. So, yeah. I can't wait till summer's over. I am so sick of this heat.
Oh gosh, I cannot take the heat at all.
It's been
So bad that I want to move out of the area when I retire.
Do you?
I do. It just, the climate here in St. Louis is not good for my health. It's too hot and humid for too long in St. Louis. And then, we have severe winters too, which the cold doesn't really bother me. I don't have any aches or pains that react to that kind of cold. But, it's very gray here for a long time, and that messes with my seasonal affect disorder. So I would just like to go someplace that has more temperate climate.
Like where?
I'm thinking Smoky Mountains direction, or maybe like middle of North Carolina, so the mountains or the shore would be available.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I think I'm happy with this. So here's our ghosty. Here's our little gold harlequin. Is that showing up? It looks like it's a big white glare on my.
Yeah, I can see it. Can you guys see it? Yeah, I can see it on my phone too.
Okay. And then here's the base of the lamp, so you could hopefully see the color match.
Yeah.
Okay, give this a blow dry, and then we'll move on to some fun stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're in Missouri, right? St. Louis, Missouri?
I am. Yep, suburb of St. Louis. Oh, I didn't get my. I try and put all of my current colors in my little bin, so I don't have to drag everything over. Okay. So let's check in on our paper. And he's got little bats at the top. See these little bats? Friends are coming in. So I thought, how fun to add some few little bats here and there on the back. There.
Oh, Brenda grew up in Southeast Missouri.
Southeast Missouri, like Cape Girardeau, Poplar Bluff. What else is down there?
I have no idea.
Okay, so I just put out a little bit more of my fabric Mod Podge on my plate, adding some little black paint. I'm going to cut my little spongy here because my bats stencil are pretty small. The little openings for the bats are small, so therefore I just need a little bit of my sponge. I'm going to pick up some of the Mod Podge and black at the same time. Offload it.
She said exactly Dudley and Dexter.
Oh, Dexter, yeah. I've been through Dexter. And Sykes, is it Sykeston that's down there that does the Lamberts with the throat rolls? Okay, so I am, which little, I just pulled out my Temu little stencil characters for Halloween to look for my bats. And I think I'm going to use these little bats up here because I think that's going to be the right size.
Oh, that's a cute stencil.
So
I
you
just said
do
he had
one,
content.
yeah. Just want to do a real light touch with your stencil. Because you could always go back through and do a second or third layer if you need to, but you don't want too much on your brush or your sponge, or else it'll sneak under your stencil. That's a real good way to ruin your little project.
Oh, how cute is that? Yeah, cute. So Brenda says that's the best place ever.
Ah, that was fun. I did not know about the throwed rolls. Like they throw them at you in the restaurant. I thought throwed rolls because you pass on the highway this big billboard, Lambert's, home of throwed rolls. And I thought that was their technique of making them, like they throw the dough to make it,
Yeah.
whatever. So we were there late, right before they were closing. And I noticed that the waiter or the wait staff literally would walk around and launch dinner rolls at people. And I thought, because I'm a big city girl, we don't behave that way up here. To people. Well, I was tired, and I was actually dating my ex-husband at the time, and he was delivering a fancy car, to a doctor in Memphis. And so we were en route there, and I was tired because I was driving a car and he was driving the fancy car. I was driving the car that was going to bring us both home, and it was tired. I was tired. It was late. I really didn't want to go on this little project. And he thought he was going to buy my patience with this dinner at Lambert's that he was all excited about. Well, I was none too excited when I got bumped in the head with a roll.
Yeah, Brenda's
I
asking.
didn't wave at him or anything. They just popped him. The waiter was cute though. He came over and apologized. He's like, "Oh my gosh, I thought you knew. I thought you were going to catch it." I'm like, "No."
So did you ever
catch what? But now I know. All right, so I like to put bats in little groupings of 2. There's no rules. Just do what looks good to you. But I do them 2, like one this way and one this way. Okay, and then let's see, where are we going with these? Make sure you do not have wet paint on the back of your stencil because that could smudge on your project like I just did. Okay, so let's just do, what did I do with my black sponge? I'm not even going to pick up more paint. I'm just going to use the paint that's on here. Tap, tap, tap.
So Brenda said that's really cute.
Oh, thank you.
I love it.
I thought it's kind of that cute and whimsy, I think, kind of.
Yeah.
I think if I was at someone's house for a Halloween party and I saw this in the powder room, I'd think, oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's keep going with the ghosties, or the little, what are these? Bats. Picking up a little paint, picking up a little Mod Podge. Offloading most of it. Okay, almost done with this part. How are we doing on time? I have my clock here.
Well, I have 539, so it must be 739. My husband's downstairs coughing his head off. What's going on there?
Okay. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the bubbles. Got to get the last little bit of my wing up here. There we go. Yeah, okay, let me give this a quick blow dry. And here's our little bats.
That is so cute.
Where's my blow dryer? Oh, like, why is it not down there? So one thing I think is fun to do with these lamps, if you find a lamp that you really like and it really goes well with your decor, you can always switch out the lampshades for the different holidays or the different seasons. You do not have to say, oh, I really like that lamp, but it's for Halloween. Take the lampshade off and make a cute Thanksgiving one or a harvest one, and then switch it out and make a cute Christmas one. You can always pick things up. It's like $4 at, I see these like $4 at Savers and Goodwill all the time. So,
Great idea. So
thank
Carrie
you.
says she's always wanted to do this. She said someday she will.
Oh, thank you.
Jamie
Very
says
fun.
adorable. She needs new lampshades. Hers are just plain white. Yeah, I know. Yeah, we all need to do that. Maybe we'll have a
We do
lampshade.
not need. Life is too short for plain lampshades, right?
Yeah, that's a good theme. Life is too short for plain white lampshades.
Okay, I'm going to move this out of my way. Please do not spill on whatever is over there. All right, so here's some fun bubbles. I guess I really should seal this before I put bubbles on. Yeah. Okay, let me just get the front of this sealed, and then we'll do bubbles. So my bubbles I ordered from Amazon because I had a bunch of rhinestones that were clear or aurora borealis, but I didn't want rhinestones because they're faceted and bubbles are round, right? Yeah. So I had some beads, and they don't want to. Even when I glued the beads on, you could still see the little hole coming through the top, through the bottom, and I didn't want to see that. So went on Amazon and I found half round iridescent. Was it iridescent beads or half round beads? So they're flat on the back. Yay. So they'll be easy to glue on there. And then you don't see the hole from the where you would put the wire or the thread through for the bead, because we don't want holes in our bubbles. Yeah. So I am just going to seal this because I don't want to have to seal it after the bubbles are on, because that might take the shine off the bubbles. long, long time ago, I dated a guy that had a really cool house in St. Louis in an old historic area, like 3 stories and a ballroom in the basement and that kind of a house. And in one of his bathrooms, it had the original clawfoot tub. So many people had bought and sold that house, and they all tried to get the tub out so they could move it with them. And it was iron. Back in the day, they were iron. They were heavier than heck, and the floor had to get reinforced when they brought this bathtub in.
Wow.
And they could not get the bathtub out of the house without going through an exterior wall.
Oh gosh.
Because it was too wide. Apparently, they brought the bathtub in and then put the wall that would, between the bathroom and the hallway. They had to bring the bathroom in, and then they built that interior wall. But it was very, very cool, but heavier than heck. I don't need the original. I'd be happy with the reproduction. I do not like these fabric and dishwasher safe Mod Podges because they are thick and gloppy. You can certainly water them down with a little distilled water. I wouldn't use your tap water because there's stuff in tap water that chemically may not be friends with our Mod Podge.
Yeah.
So I would never recommend anything but distilled water. Because we've got great drinking water here where I live. However, this still has fluoride in it. It still has, probably low levels of chlorine in it. And you don't want that interfering with your project.
Brenda's asking, what part of St. Louis do you live in?
I live in Southwest St. Louis County. So if you come up and you go to Grant's Farm, you'll probably pass my southern farm. So I live south and west of downtown St. Louis. I do work within the city limits, but I don't work downtown. I haven't been downtown and I can't even tell you. The sports teams play downtown, but I'm not really a sports fan, so I don't go. I do like musical theater. We have a fabulous, like I think it's 140 years old, massive, amazing, old theater. So I do like musical theater. I'm going to go see Phantom of the Opera for my 4th time next spring when it comes. And I did go to college. St. Louis University is within the city limits. But most of my life is spent here, out here in the county, out in the suburbs. Okay.
Brenda says she loves Grant's Farm.
Oh, I love Grant's Farm too. You're never too old for Grant's Farm. And I'm going to the zoo, Brenda, in a couple of weeks to go do boo at the zoo. So the zoo is open in the evening, and they have all these cool Halloween built up tunnels to walk through and animal faces and just an amazing artistic exhibition. And then when the sun goes down and all those beautiful things light up, it's very cool.
Sounds like
I need a cool outfit. I'm gonna wear I have a fancy witch hat, so that's got to go. And then, of course, I have to wear something else fun to go with it. Okay, let's talk Baubles.
The last time she was there for a Cardinals game, it was many years ago.
Yeah.
Because you guys don't have the Cardinals anymore, right?
We have this baseball Cardinals.
Oh, okay.
The football Cardinals moved to Arizona.
Yeah, we have the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah. They used to be, we had the St. Louis Cardinals, and then they moved to Arizona. And then we had LA lost the Rams to us, so then we had the St. Louis Rams, and then they went away. And now we have St. Louis Cardinal baseball team in their new stadium, St. Louis Blues, and then the soccer team, St. Louis City which I think is a goofy name, but I'm not in charge of that. All right, let's talk bubbles. So these came from Amazon. If anybody wants the SKU or the order number, I will let you know. But just like when you order rhinestones off Amazon, they come in these little multi-size packs.
Yeah.
And these are half round. So they're not perfectly round bubbles. They have a flat back. And then you don't have the little hole that goes through. And there's all these different sizes, 6 different sizes. So and they're Aurora Borealis. So I thought that would be fun.
Yeah.
So the other thing I ordered, and I had to send them back, these say these are bubbles. And I thought, yay, flat back bubbles. I'm like, sign me up. So I ordered one set and they came and they were weird colors. Pastel, like if you're going to do like a Fabergé egg at Easter, you would have kept those, because now I'm wishing I had. So I sent those back and I ordered something else, and they're very pink and blue. Can you see that, like baby shower colors? Which is not how they showed up on the screen when I ordered them.
We can't really see them. There's a glare from the light.
I don't know. Let's see if I can. Well, plus I've got them in their cellophane. So that was a disappointment.
Okay, you don't have to show us. We take your word for it.
Okay. So I thought, well, what if we painted them? So I went ahead and pulled out my little like iridescent sparkly paint to help tone down the pale pink and the pale blue, because I just don't know that I can warm up to that. And then I did grab my pearls that have a flat back to them. So they're like rhinestones, only they're smooth and domed. So I do have pearls. So we're going to start putting some pearls on here to play. How am I doing on time? Okay. I want to be respectful of everyone's time, because you know how we get.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Brenda says that they used to go there to Six Flags.
Yeah.
She went to the zoo once, and it was really nice. She's a baseball fan. And Jamie says, look up flat back pearls instead. Yeah, I think that's what you have right there, right?
Yeah, I've got this big set of flat back pearls. So I'm just going to pull out all of these out of their little containers, because there's a whole bunch of sizes in here, all different sizes, and they're all just white pearls.
Hi, Roxanne. Roxanne is here.
Hello,
I'm doing
Roxanne.
good. She's asking how everyone is. How was your drive? She's had to go out of town this week for work. She drove.
Oh gosh, how far of a drive?
She said 6 hours.
Yikes.
Yeah.
I don't do well unless I'm the one driving. I get bored, so I have to crochet or do something. And then I'm one of those, that looks interesting, let's stop. Oh, the garage sale, flea market, let's stop. Then 6 hours turns into 8 hours. All right, yeah. Roxanne, we're doing a cutesy little, what did you call this, Boo and Bubbles?
Yeah, Boo and Bubbles.
So it's a cute little ghosty in the tub with his friend, the black cat. There's some little bats. So this is a lampshade, so we couldn't just leave it beige, life's too short for beige lampshade. So we had to add some little harlequin, like a distress, and a few little bats. But here's the fun part. So I tossed some of each of my pearls and my iridescent bubbles, which are spectacular. That was worth the price of admission. And I just wanted to kind of load up some bubbles here.
Oh, for bubbles from the tub. Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah. It's a bubble bag.
Oh, you're driving home in the morning. Well, stay safe. Be careful.
What?
This is adorable, yes.
Thank you.
So I think we should do a thing like that for my affiliates. I think we should do something like this, like life's too short for white lampshades, or life's too short for plain knife blocks, or
something
like that.
I love that. So there's so much beautiful detail, as you know, with all of Donna's papers. So I don't want to cover up beautiful detail that's there, but I've got this corner of the tub, oval tub, end of the tub that doesn't really have anything else going on. So it needs some bubbles. Oh, shoot, I don't have a picker. Do I have a picker in here? But I was all prepared. So I'm just going to start layering a collection of pearls and, oopsies, iridescent bubbles. Oh my gosh, yes, that's exactly what I had in my head.
Teresa says very pretty.
Oh, thank you.
I think it's such a cute idea. So cute.
Can't believe I didn't bring my picker pen in here with me, so I'm having to pick them up with just my fingernails. Yikes. I don't know if I have. Probably do. Okay. So this, I'm using Beacon 3-in-1 glue. It's very gummy, gel-like, and it holds super fast.
Yeah, I like that stuff.
Yeah. So I've got all different sizes. So I'm kind of putting the larger ones on first, and then we can kind of layer some of these smaller guys on top. Because just think, you know, when you're in the bubble bath, it's not like it's just one layer of bubbles. They kind of, well, if you use too much bubble bath like I do, then you kind of can build towers out of your bubbles. Oops. Yeah, there's nothing going on in the design down here at the end of the tub. So now we have bubbles.
Yeah.
I could probably continue to add bubbles just because they're cute. These Aurora Borealis ones are really pretty. So if you're wanting something that really looks like bubbles, you can certainly message me. I'll be glad to share what I bought because these are great. They also want to hold on to our Mod Podge that's on there. Yikes. Come here, you. So I'm only going to do this one edge of the tub, and then we'll put the trim on the top and the bottom, and then I'll come back and continue to add bubbles just in the spirit of time.
Okay.
But you can layer your bubbles. I've got some completely off the tub, these little iridescent ones. Because when you're in the tub, or like when you're blowing bubbles, you know how some of them kind of rise up and do their own thing?
Yeah.
So. Okay. Oh, I got someplace here that needs bubble. Okay, let's see. I hope the lighting. I don't know if I can block on the lighting.
Oh yeah, so cute.
Can you see the bubbles?
Yes.
They're white and iridescent. So white pearls and the iridescent ones.
So Brenda's asking, but they work in a small cauldron as bubbles.
I bet so. Are you putting, is that cauldron like 3-dimensional or is it flat? Because otherwise, if it's round, and I would get the round beads versus the flat back ones, or
Unless you're
even
doing it around the edge.
maybe if you can get to a Hobby Lobby, they have their round ball Christmas ornaments in. You could probably get some of those clear or iridescent and white pearl combination in different sizes and put those in a cauldron. I was going to do a cauldron with the green and iridescent balls. I thought that would be fun with some fairy lights inside, or a light like I've got in this little ghosty back here. That would be fun. But I probably would do the real beads on those. Okay.
That's so cute.
All right, so we're going to leave my little bubbles out here for me to play with later. Okay, so we do have, my mats, 5 stickles. I have more rhinestones. I don't know why I thought I was going to do like 16 lamps, just doing one. So I did find this fun trim at Michael's. I really miss Joann's because Hobby Lobby doesn't have much trim, and I miss our Joann. But I did find this pretty trim at Michael's. So it has kind of that gold woven shiny red to the top. So I thought we could go this way on here. Uh-oh, it's covering up the hat though, isn't he? Ooh, can't let that happen. Okay, that'll work.
Oh yeah, cute.
So the gold trim up top.
She said she made it have to be flat. She made it with clay.
Oh, okay, yeah, those would be perfect then for you.
Yeah.
And then I found this fun iridescent fringe trim. And since we have our iridescent bubbles, I thought that could run across the bottom. I'm going to have to blow dry this a second, but it's really tacky to the touch.
Okay.
Because that Mod Podge is gummy. Okay. Yeah, super pleased with how those turned out. So if you need bubbles, I think that is a winner of an idea. I'll try and get better pictures. I'll get pictures and then I'll post them with better lighting. Okay, so do we like the iridescent on the bottom? Now I'm thinking, I don't know if I'm wild about that. I thought that would be fun to pull out the iridescent bubbles. I don't know if I like that. I don't know.
I can't really see it. Well, it could be the lighting, but
Let's do the top because I'm sure of that trim. That's really pretty on here.
yeah.
And I'm using the Beacon 3-in-1 glue for that too. This is a big bottle. I think it was $12.99 at Michael's or Hobby Lobby. Okay. So I'm going to start and stop at the back where my little seam is. But I want to make sure that I don't, so I have to lift my trim up off the edge of my lampshade just a little bit. Otherwise it was going to cover up her hat too much and I didn't want to cover the hat. So yeah, I think the trim is going to have to go up off my lampshade just a little bit. So this stuff is great. It holds on to so much metal, wood. It's kind of my go-to for fabric. It does dry perfectly clear.
Yeah, it's really good stuff. Such a cute idea that you're doing here. I love it.
Thank you. I told you I was so excited about this project.
Yeah.
So I'm glad it worked out. I could do it on your page with you and your ladies. So I can already feel this holding my trim.
Wow.
So if you need something that works quick, this Beacon 3-in-1 is super duper. So that's the good thing, that it does hold quickly. That's also the bad thing. So you got to be sure of what you're placing, and that you've got it not covering up your cute witch hat, and you're sure of your placement before you can. Can I still pull it off at this point? Sure. There's a good chance I would end up losing some of the back of my trim on my lampshade. Yeah. So that's why I had to raise my trim off the top edge of my lampshade just a little bit, just so we didn't cover up too much of the top of her hat. Because these papers, I mean, you just don't want to lose any of the beautiful detail. Oops. Got bubbles all over the place. So I don't know if any of you would mind, but saying a quick prayer for my honey. He's deployed military, and he's moving from one mission to another. I was hoping he'd be coming home, but not yet.
Does he know when he comes home? Like,
well, his retirement was approved, but they're not releasing him yet. There's too much unrest in areas. He's in special forces, so as long as there's stuff going on that could escalate, they won't release him. So he's on his way to Puerto Rico, which at least it's closer and not as scary as where he has been all this time. So,
well, that's good.
That's good. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's so cute.
Let me maybe turn my overhead light on and the ring light off and see if we have better lighting, because I don't want you to miss out. Okay. Let's see. Oh, that's better lighting, isn't it?
Yeah.
So there's the bubbles.
Oh, adorable.
You can see the detail of the bubbles. There's some better shots of the stenciling that you couldn't see before. Yeah, I'm happy with that trim. That came from Michael's.
Yeah, it looks
So I
good.
wanted something that had the black and the gold in it, because again, there's our base, right? So I wanted something that would tie that gold in there. Yeah, I don't know now. I don't think I'm happy with this iridescent trim. I saw it and I thought it would be fun because of the bubbles are iridescent, but I think it's almost too garish.
Yeah, I think you're
I
right.
really don't want to cheapen the look of it. So,
well, Carrie says her boy is in Puerto Rico. He's in the Marines, right, Carrie? Jamie says very cute. It is so cute.
Is he a new Marine? Or has he been in there for a while? I remember you talking about that a while ago.
Yeah.
Is he new?
I don't know. Is he new, Carrie?
So I don't have enough of
For
the
a
trim
while.
to go around the bottom, but I'm going to go get some because I think I prefer that. And then remember we talked early on when you're dealing with your paper is one dimensional and this is at an angle. So you're not going to get the same width
Right.
showing all the way around. But if we added our trim, we could make that work. You know, we could cover up down there.
Oh, yeah. Let's see how that looks. That looks better, huh? Oh, yeah. That's good.
That'll be cute, don't you think?
Yeah, that's
So I'll
really
go
good.
back to Michael's and get another. This is not glued on there. It's just that the Mod Podge is a little sticky still, so that can hold on there just so we can see.
Yeah.
But we will have to add some more bubbles, of course, to the tub.
So Brenda says, very cute. Carrie says, oh, this is his second deployment.
Ah, my honey is on his way to Puerto Rico. You'll have to share your son's name with me, and I'll send it to my guy. He's training new troops down there. He's a SEAL, so he's training. Okay.
Yeah,
So
really good. That is an awesome project. Oh, look at that. Now,
okay, let me turn the overhead light off.
okay, you guys gotta tell me. Like, I think we should do something like this. Life is too boring for white lampshades. Life is too boring for plain trays. Life is too boring for plain knife blocks. Like, have like something like that where we all do the same.
I love
Like,
that idea.
yeah, everybody is a lampshade. Everybody does a knife block. Everybody does a tray.
I
But
love
we
that.
do our own style. Yeah, Jamie says, great job. It is
Thank
just
you.
beautiful.
So
I would
here
love to
is,
walk into a bathroom and see that.
wouldn't that be cute? So you can still see the stenciling, but
Yeah.
it's not, bold in your face. I do love how he glows. He's beautiful. Love my local guy. Yeah, could you imagine if you have this in your powder room on the back of the toilet or on the edge of the tub? Well, maybe not because it's electric, but somewhere on
I
your
would,
vanity, you could plug in a little light. So when you're having guests over, you leave your overhead bathroom light off and just have this on in your powder room, your hallway bath. I think that would be great fun. And
I
then
would
you
love
can,
it. I'd be thrilled to walk into a bathroom and see that.
I think that would be great fun. And then if you find the lamp that you like and you're like, hey, that's the right size, it's got the right size base, it's the right color, kind of the right theme for my house. Switch
Yeah.
this lamp shade off and put a different one on for the different holidays. You're not committed.
Right.
But I do like this trim at the bottom. Do we like that?
Yeah. I like it on the bottom.
Okay.
It gives it like a little touch of class or elegance there.
Yeah. I do have a bigger one, and I do want to do one of your witchies, Donna, on a big kind of chunky lamp. And I have the most outrageous trim to put on that lamp. It's the
Oh,
witch that sits on the pumpkin, and she's kind of a little bougie. She's got her black
oh yeah, yeah,
stockings on.
yeah. Her name is, that is Bewitched.
Oh,
Yeah.
hang on.
Yeah,
That's some
Carrie.
of my
Do
recent
that.
Donna papers. This one. I want to do a lamp with her too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, her name is Bewitched.
Bewitched. Love her. And then I have, what else do we have? These beautiful witches that you got in. And then right after I got my order delivered, of course, why I go back out to Donna's site, I don't know, to see what's new. And then there's something new that I want. But I keep thinking I don't need to be ordering any more Halloween papers. But I do love these
Yeah, those are
beautiful
so,
witches. So one of these is going to be my next project.
yeah.
I know
Yeah,
somebody
those,
did one of these recently.
yeah.
The new witches.
I love them.
I
that
do.
was
We need a redhead. We need a redheaded witch with her. With her cat. I love her too because of the colors in her outfit. And there's no face. She's just. I love
yeah.
her too. So,
All right. Well, I'll come back on here. It's a fantastic project, Bronya. Thank you so
here.
much. I
Thank you
just
for
love
having
it.
me.
And ladies, I want to thank you for supporting us, for being here and sharing us out. I mean, it's just so great of you guys. Anyway, I'm going to be on tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm doing the White Forest Queen, I think she's called. It's a little spooky. Not really spooky, but you know, in that sort of category there. So I'll be here
Right.
tomorrow at 2:00 my time, which is Pacific. So 3, 4, 5.
4 o'clock my time. Okay. I'll catch you when I get off work. You and kind of peek in as I'm driving home.
Okay. All right. Well, you ladies have a wonderful night, and
Thank
hopefully
you
I'll see
all.
you all tomorrow. And if I
Yep.
don't see you tomorrow, have a great weekend.
You as well. Good night, everyone.
Okay. Bye, guys.